Hello again, everyone. Good morning. I've often said that what we're going through now is pretty much a dress rehearsal for the last days and how they've been trying to rush the timeline to get to that third building of Solomon's Temple. And that 7-year peace deal. And one of the things at the end of time that we would see is that brother would turn against brother, friend would turn against friend, wife against husband, vice versa. And right now what we're seeing between radio personalities and podcasters, the whole Dinesh D'Souza, Mark Levin versus Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, and now Megyn Kelly. This is an example of that. And many are calling this the Zionist versus the anti-Zionist. America first or Israel first, or what a lot of people is called MEGA, make everybody else great again. But you gotta look, I've been looking into this lately. I've been real busy with a lot of personal stuff. But did some digging and did some researching a couple of 20 years back, and this is deeper than Israel, way deeper. It is about the NoahHide Rules. NoahHide Rules originally comes out of Genesis, the 7 sins, and of course then you got the Jewish Talmud, which is basically their interpretation and their made rules for what the Torah said. There's nothing biblical about the Talmud. The Torah is biblical. But you look at the NoahHide Rules, which was recognized by Congress in 1992. Who was president in 1991-92? George Walker Bush. What were we going through then? We were going through the first Gulf War. What term did he give us after the first Gulf War? The New World Order. And under these NoahHide Rules, what are the rules for Gentiles practicing idolatry? It's death. It's a beheading. And for a Gentile, under these rules, he only has to be accused with no witnesses. And that person can get the death penalty. If it's a Jewish man, has to be 2 solid witnesses tried by 23 of his Jewish peers. And unlike the Gentile, according to Talmud, the Jewish man can get a second chance. Gentiles can't. Now, why would they allow the Muslim invasion to take place around the world? Why? Because, like many other Jews, the Muslims don't believe Jesus is the Son of God. They just believe he's a prophet, a good man. And worshiping him as God is punishable by death. So this is why we're seeing the radical invasion of Muslims in in Europe, and especially the UK. UK is pretty much, it's on life support. And now we're starting to see here, Texas, New York, New Jersey, and California have the most temples, a mosque in the area, in the country. What did Bible number 17 say? Be careful, be on the lookout what they're going to do in New York and California. Because that's what they want for the rest of the country. What did we see Obama bring in his term of presidency? 30,000, I believe it was 30,000 guillotines. People wondered, what was he planning to do with these things? Then we also saw a boatload of coffins. Huge black plastic coffins that FEMA had stored. Why are they so irate about the 2016 election? Because it stopped everything they were going to do to this country. It put a pause on it. Trump threw them off big time. So now, they're trying to do it again. And as I've been saying, there are a lot of people around Trump that need to go. The top four: Bondi, Patel, Susan Stiles, and Paula White. What does the Antichrist plan to use in the last days for punishment for not worshiping him? The guillotine. A beheading. So they would let the Muslims come in, let them do their dirty work to try to set this up. This is why Christianity is under attack big time as the Muslim invasion happens. You add the fact that Susan Stiles belongs to a group called Mercury LLC, which was in charge of, which he had a hand in the whole vaccine thing during the old Charlie 19er. And she's the chief of staff, and a lot of people say, a lot of fellow mega people say they can't get to talk to the president or see the president because of her and Paula White. So this goes beyond the whole Zionist versus anti-Zionist thing. That is a cover for what's really going on. Think I'm wrong? Go look it up. Go look up how the U.S. government, the Congress, declared the NoahHide Rules, the 7 rules. Of the NoahHide. Prove me wrong. Did Obama not bring in all those coffins and let FEMA have control of them in places ran all over the country, along with 30,000 guillotines? Let's think about this. Obama was a setup man, and Hillary was supposed to be the closer. And Trump stopped him for 4 years, and we stopped him for another 4 years. Anyway, let me know what you think. Your questions and comments down below. What's your opinion? Love to hear it. Keep the country in prayer. We'll talk to you later.